Nation. It's CJ Richardson, Director of Sports Performance again. Just want to talk to you today a little bit about running. I know a lot of people have taken up running since all the pandemic stuff has started. I've been running for about the past 2 years pretty consistently, and believe it or not, today I'm getting ready to run 13.1 miles, better known as a half marathon. I was supposed to run an actual event today, but obviously that was canceled, and so everyone is running it virtually, meaning we'll have to submit our times online. So anyway, I'm getting ready to do that, but if you are thinking about starting running, a couple things I want to just point out to make your experience more enjoyable. First of all, always better to start slow and get more difficult as you progress. No reason to go out and do what I'm doing today if you haven't done any running before in the past. Also, if you've never really run before, you might want to think about walking to start. Even walking at a good pace over an extended distance can be great exercise. As far as when it comes to distances in running, people often ask, how far should I run? How long should I run for? I would always advise you to leave a little bit in the tank. So in other words, you should finish every run feeling like, well, I could have gone a little bit longer. Now, obviously, once you get into more serious training, you're going to have days when you really empty the tank and go all out. But for the most part, almost every single one of your runs, even for me, someone who trains regularly for longer distances, almost all of my runs, I feel good afterwards, like I could have run a little bit further. So that's a good rule to remember. There are some risks with running, and as always, you should always consult your physician to make sure it's safe for you. But some of the risks that people don't often think about are some of the wear and tear injuries, so some of the long-term damage that can be done from doing too much too fast. So it's always better to start slow and work your way up gradually over time. When you are about to run, a couple warm-up exercises can help you. I like to keep it pretty simple, so just think about stretching out your quads a little bit. Again, I usually just typically hold them for a couple seconds on each side, just keep alternating, and then I kind of will hold for a little bit longer as I go. I don't like to do a real deep, long, static stretch right before I run, but some people do prefer that. Reach down, touch your toes, loosen up the hamstrings a little bit. A lot of times you'll hear don't bounce with this. Again, normally I wouldn't bounce, but this is just kind of part of my warm-up. So just gradually loosening up the muscles. Afterwards, if I want to do a deep stretch, I'll hold these positions to get a much deeper static stretch. Wide feet, slide your hips side to side, things like that. Again, really anything that feels good for you. I also like to do some upper body work, so I'll do some good arm circles, loosen up my upper back especially. I know with me, my upper back gets really tight when I run long distances. So I like to try to make sure my upper body is as loose as possible before I get going. Do some stretches here, things like that. Okay, so really do what feels good for your body. Another thing is to maybe go for a little short jog to get the body warm, and then go through some of these stretches before you start your longer distances. So anyway, just a few tips to get you started. Again, always start small when it comes to running and gradually progress. Don't try to do too much too fast, or you do put yourself at risk for injury. But running's great exercise, it's a lot of fun, and with everybody stuck inside, it's a great way to get out of the house in a safe way. So again, stay home, stay healthy, and stay active.